dropped. Go. DAO time.
GM. What's up? How's
GM.
everybody doing? Hey,
Good.
Roxiana.
Hey, FaZe. Yeah, so Foreign couldn't make it today to the stage, but we have this agenda here that she prepared for us, and we can start off with the proposals, and then we'll go into some discussion. We do have some speakers scheduled for today, so let's get right to it. So,
Sounds good.
yep. Do you want to start with the proposals, or shall I?
I could do it. Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 3 ended this week. Let's see, ended 2 days. Yeah, we have Aavegotchi and the Sandbox expansion and maintenance renewal. It ended a day ago. Very close, but it was like 51%, 51.39% for and 48.61% for no, do not fund. So I think that means it didn't pass. We have small funding request for Grid Gladiator V1 by Zygo, which ended 16 hours ago, with 61% for yes fund Grid Gladiator. So congratulations to Zygo. And then we had Agip 133 funding renewal proposal for Pixelcraft Studios 2024-2025, which ended 3 days ago with an overwhelming yes at 84%. So congrats to PC on that. Yeah, and we got 2 live props right now. The official DApp new features added by the DAO by FIFU and PG. It ends in a week. It's currently at 63% quorum. And the Gotchi Greeters V2 by Light Piglet, which just went up a couple hours ago, I think. Also ending in a week. So yeah, make sure you vote for those. I'll drop some links here. And then as far as speakers today, I think we have, okay, cool. Ernani's here already. Speak a little bit about the land parcel rentals. And there's a few others. I'm still waiting to hear from them. So if you guys got nothing else, Ernani, GM, sir.
GM, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep, sound great.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. I'm basically going to give a little update on what we have been working on, and I would love to ask a couple questions to the community to kind of feel what their opinion would be on the approach we are taking. First, I would like to actually apologize. I know it has been a long time coming. Land rentals, there have been a couple of challenges along the way. The main challenge that we faced was that our lead Solidity developer at Oregon, he was hired by Game 7, so he was snatched away from us, which was unfortunate. We already hired a replacement. He's doing a great job, but obviously those things take time. And it's one of the things. It's one of the reasons why this is take a little bit longer. On another note, our ERC that we submitted to the Ethereum Foundation, it got fully approved. So it's now an official Ethereum Foundation standard. I think that happened a little over a month ago. And it was probably my mistake not to share that previously, but just our curiosity to the broader community to see that. And finally, yeah, on our implementation, a couple of questions popped up. I asked Pixelcraft, and they said it would be better for us to ask the community their opinion on it. And it was in the profit share aspect of land parcels, we can either do, on a per token basis, meaning that you're going to set a profit share on each alchemical tokens. So there are 4 alchemical tokens, so you're going to do 4 different profit share, each one for each of these tokens. Or we can do a single profit shares for all the tokens that land parcels eventually issue. So why are we considering the two approaches? Because the approach of creating one profit share per token is more complex and it takes a lot more gas on our experience. So we actually implemented that. That was our first approach, but we didn't love it. We didn't love it. So the question that I actually have for the community, I'll be watching the chat. Would love to hear what everyone thinks um, is it enough for us to have one profit share and that's going to be applied for all the tokens that land parcel issue? Or do we really need one profit share per token? Which is, by the way that Aavegotchi profit share works currently. So yeah, if you're doing profit share at the Aavegotchi itself, you can set on a per alchemical token basis. Is that too complex? Let me know if I need to clarify, elaborate a little bit more on this.
Hi, Anani.
Hey there.
Is that so? Just to be sure, you say that basically there will be just we say like 10% for all tokens that comes from the parcels go. There is just one profit number. That's it.
Yeah, that would be the approach that I'm personally leaning towards more, which would be, hey, I'm going to set like a 10% commission for myself, and that's going to be
Okay.
applied to all tokens, right? But
Okay.
there's
Okay.
also the possibility to do like, oh, I just want to apply 10% for CAC, and I'm not going to apply anything for FOMO. Or I want to put 50% on the other tokens. So in one approach you have more granularity, but again the implementation it got more complex and it's going to take a lot more
Yeah.
gas. So that means that when people are actually channeling and farming, it will cost them more gas. And I know that that's a sensitive subject because if gas is too high on Polygon, I'm sure that would change once we go to our own chain. But yeah, once you issue those tokens on Polygon, it's going to cost a lot more, and that might cause people to essentially not use right the channeling and empty parcels. So that's
Yeah.
the trade-off.
I get the idea.
One approach. Sorry, go ahead.
No, no. I get the idea, and I think in the end because the alchemicals are going into the points at the in kind of the end game, and I think one is fine. Well, it's my opinion at least. But Coderdan is right. Gas will be very low on Geist. Question is, do we need it, and do we need like to fill all the numbers when we want to rent our parcels, or are we fine with one? Personally, I would say one is okay. And worst case, you can change it later if everyone wants an update in 4 months or something like that. And we're on
Yeah,
Geist and it's cheap.
yeah, that's also true. It's not immutable, right? We can go back to that
Yeah,
decision if you feel strongly about it. Yeah,
you can
the
do two
trade-off
later. Yeah.
is Yeah, the trade-off is really between gas and complexity. When I say complexity, even the UI, right? Because now you need to select one profit share for all the four alchemical tokens. And the other approach is less gas intensive and it's a single profit share. So I think it will be also more intuitive.
Yeah, yeah,
I see
totally get.
I see Trax
I
saying
just
that
have
he likes the. Oh, go ahead.
another question. Will there be some kind of whitelisting and things like that? Because I haven't read the prop recently.
The whitelist.
Yeah, uh, meaning
Yeah. So
I can
yeah.
rent
So
my
the way.
parcel on a whitelist with limited access, basically.
Yeah, so we are going to keep the whitelist features. That's one of the things that we worked hard towards because we know that there are still guilds and gaming groups that love to share their NFTs with a large amount of people. So the way that we are implementing this is the whitelist feature will continue to exist on the form that there is today. We are just going to add the option to to use the standard that we built to use profit share and create listing, that type of thing. So white listings will still be available, but you will also have the new standard that we built.
Cool. Cool.
I see that Crack said in the chat that he likes the granular in that case. Yeah, that's true, Trax. We can do like a basic and advanced interface, I guess. Yeah, it would take some experimentation on the UX, but yeah, that definitely possible.
And what would be the difference between basic and advanced?
I guess basic, you would be able to change just one profit share that would apply to all tokens, and advanced is going to toggle all the tokens, and you're going to be able to set one specific profit share for each token.
All right.
Yeah, cool. That's what I wanted to share. Please feel free to text me if anyone has strong opinions about this. I'm particularly leaning to go with the simpler approach, just because in terms of UI, I think it's going to be simpler. It's going to be more intuitive. And again, it's a decision that we can review later, right? It's not something that we cannot really change. So yeah, we can come back into this.
We have another question by Al. Where will there be a push to get this on the Aavegotchi UI, or is this intended to be on Orium like the wearables?
So far is on Orion, but we can build the UI to show this on the Aavegotchi UI. We just didn't budget that on our initial proposal. And initially, I was a little bit hesitant to do that because, Pixelcraft, they have their own design team. Orion has its own design team. And for us to have back and forward to figure out what's going to be the perfect UI that we're going to put in the Aavegotchi website, it takes a long time. It takes a long time for us to get on the same page. But I'm happy to review those discussions and see if there is a better path to bring this to the Aavegotchi UI. Again, this is going to be on the blockchain. It's going to be completely permissionless, meaning that anyone can actually build a UI for this, or even submit a proposal to build a UI. But yeah, once we go live with this, I'm happy to review this approach and potentially put this on the Aavegotchi website. I don't know how you feel about this, Coda, Dan. Yeah, from my perspective, I'm only concerned about the design.
Yeah.
Once we agree on the design, I think yeah, the developers can do their job, but I think it can take a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, totally. I think that's also why we haven't done a lot more integrations. But I think we're in a better place now in terms of design than we were like a year ago. So uh, personally, I would love to see more of the lending and this new feature in the UI on the DApp itself. Just like we're going to be working with FIFU to get the dressing room and the lending side of the save configs in the DApp UI as well.
Gotcha. And do you think the best time to do that would be after guys have gone to mainnet, or we can even start considering that before?
I mean, Geist is going to be mainnet very, very soon, and we're just going to be migrating things. So right now, the whole team is kind of swamped with a lot of Geist content and just prepping everything. But I would say like November would be a good time to start planning that UI.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll bring that up to our team, and we will discuss this. But yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, as long as we can agree on the design, I think that's the most challenging piece from a UX perspective, right?
Yeah, I would say while you're here, just we, as we talked about before, we are planning to do the Gotchi Points campaign where players will be burning Alchemica, basically exchanging Alchemica for points over multiple seasons. So we talked about that a little bit. I think I still think there's a viable path for people to harvest their parcels throughout this campaign. I think we're also probably going to offer the ability to just basically burn a whole parcel in one swoop, but you're not going to get nearly as much alchemica as you would if you actually farmed it. So just the DAO should keep that in mind as well as this goes forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ernani, do you have a DAO discussion thread for this? I think it would probably be worth it just to have one spot with all the concerns and like feedback.
Yeah, I didn't create it, but that's my fault. I need to create it. I'm gonna create
Awesome. Yeah.
this weekend, guys. Yeah,
Perfect.
that's all for me, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for coming on. So next we have, I believe we have a few minutes slot for Zygo to talk about his proposal, and a small announcement. Go ahead, Zygo.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Great. Hey everybody. Yeah, first of all, thanks to everybody for voting on the Grid Gladiator prop. That one got a lot of engagement. I don't know if that's just because Pixelcraft also had a proposal at the same time, but that was nice to see. Yeah, so I just wanted to address some of the comments I saw on there and also have a little announcement as well. So a couple of people I noticed had commented that they wanted the proposal to have milestones, which I totally understand. However, the reason I didn't do that is, none of this money is going to me, basically. It's going to my pixel artist and musician, and they, I pay them up front. So that's why I didn't set things up to be milestones on this proposal, because it's pretty small. But I just wanted to let people know, if everybody is really interested in that, I can set up some kind of milestone at 4,000. I just didn't think it was really worth it for, a $4,000 milestone, but I will defer to the DAO on that one. If, let me know in the chat if that's what you prefer. I can change the proposal for the core prop slightly. And then I also, I don't know if you all remember a year or so ago when Pixelcraft was first kind of laying out the plans for the Gotchiverse, and everybody was involved in deciding what the traits should do and how they should work in game. I kind of wanted to bring some of that energy to Grid Gladiator. So on the Grid Gladiator Discord, the community is going to be able to first pick a wearable set for the next character to be based on, and then over the next 6 months actually kind of build that character up from the ground up, proposing and voting on individual cards. So if you're interested in that kind of designing a character for the game with the community, you can head on over to the Discord. The channels and voting and stuff is up now. So yeah, I'd love to see you all there. I'm excited to see what the community comes up with for that. And yeah, that's it. Other than that, I'm still hard at work at Grid Gladiator, and yeah, if you're interested in the more detailed stuff, you can always check out the Discord. I post on there a few times a week, just what I'm working on and how it's progressing. So that's it.
Interesting. So we have a creative opportunity, cool announcement, and waiting on some feedback for some other stuff you mentioned. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Zygo. Next we have, I believe, Miggy Crypto with, for dropping another trailer for a potential game partnership.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Fifu is here too, by the way. I think he's speaking about his proposal.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we can do that right after.
Okay.
What's up? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure because last time I had hearing issues. What's up, everybody? I do have some of my other team members here with us today. If you guys could bring them up, they'll throw their hands up to join me. Appreciate y'all giving us some time to chat with you guys again. Yeah, it'll be Phil and Nico down there.
Welcome, guys.
Cool.
Nice to
Awesome.
meet you.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having us. I'll just do a short intro and then I'll let the rest of the team introduce themselves. Again, thanks again for the opportunity. For those who don't know me, which is probably most of y'all, my name's Miggy. I've had a good opportunity to get to meet and get to know some of the team members from the Gotcha Gang over the last couple of years. No Futuristic is my dude. Catch him at all the events. Great guy. I've gotten to fall in love with the team and what y'all have been doing, and kind of same for Asvoria. We've been watching and kind of just seeing what you guys have been doing over the last couple of years, and been super excited for y'all's growth. And just a little bit about us. I've been working with Nico off and on the last couple of years, and I'm
You just cut out, I think.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear him.
I'll jump in. Hey, everybody. My name is Russell. I'm the Chief Digital Assets Officer for Asvoria. So I'm really helping shape strategy around NFTs and tokens and how to make the most of that whole ecosystem. Um, the one thing I want to really point out is that I think makes us different than anything that's come before us is first of all we are built on Unreal Engine, and we have an incredible in-house Unreal Engine development team that is always using the most up-to-date version. Currently, I believe it's 5.6. Phil, you can correct me if I'm wrong about that. But what we create is really hyper realistic graphics on par with Call of Duty and GTA and the best video games out there. And I think that really sets us apart from other projects like us. The other thing is we are heavily imbued with AI. We are built on a foundation of AI, and so we are building with an eye towards scalability, becoming future proof, and being able to integrate every new advancement seamlessly. Really, what we're building is a mixed reality, all-encompassing ecosystem. I think in the past, metaverses have failed because they've tried to replace the real world, and that's not what we're not a metaverse. We are augmented reality, mixed reality, and our goal is to enhance the real world. And I think that's where Web3, really has its greatest strength, and that's what we're trying to utilize. So I'll pass it off, Phil, Nico, if you guys want to jump in.
Yeah, Russell, I will jump in. It is Unreal Engine 5.5 at this moment, so almost 6. And I am the COO of Asvoria. I'm working together with the developers to put up the platform, so also doing the UX UI on this, speaking with partners like now. And yeah, we have a beautiful video that we created for your community. I don't know if it's already shared. Then I need to ask Miggy for this. Or Russell?
not the latest trailer, the 1 minute one. Haven't shared it yet.
Okay, super. So yeah, we launching tokens, NFTs from the platform. We have a wallet inside the platform. So yeah, we are that launching platform that nobody has at this point, and we are building to to get some games also on it and educate to earn. So a massive platform with all the features that you need to in the platform. So yeah. I understand that Nico couldn't say anything, Russell? He's
Yeah,
without.
Nico might be
No,
caught in a
no.
bit of a storm.
Yeah, we have a storm and the electricity can fall out any moment. But basically, we are not asking for funding. We already are making a game for you guys. It's looking a little bit like Mario Kart. But Miggy, can you share it so they have the latest one? Basically, we were talking already with a few people of the team, and they really said that they want to come also in Unreal and in the Solana ecosystem. So basically, what we would like is that Aavegotchi embraces Solana blockchain also, and that we would be a partner in this, and we would make the game free of charge to get, of course, Aavegotchi community to our platform.
All right, I did share the video in the game demo GG thread. Is it possible to share screen here?
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
be able to.
Oh wait, am I able to share screen on my phone? Sorry, I should have asked that first. I'm like a super noob
I
when it comes to
never tried
Discord.
it.
Hold on, let me see what this button.
I see you.
Yeah, you're sharing your camera for sure.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if it'll let me actually screen share from my phone, but I dropped the video in the game demo GG. It's the latest trailer. It's about a minute 21, and the volume should be okay on this one, but definitely double check.
Yeah, maybe I can share it. It's not possible to share my screen.
Yeah, I didn't realize the phone didn't have the option to share screen. I think everybody has access to the thread, so you should be able to see the video there. And like they said, they've been working on this game, so we're not really looking for funding. We're just trying to, find a good partnership to bring in the community as we, work on growing ours as well. And the team has absolutely loved, watching the Gotcha game grow and all the great things y'all been doing. And we've been keeping a pretty close eye. And so you guys are definitely a great community that we want to support.
Yeah, what how do you envision like we could partner? We are, as you probably know, like launching our own chain right now, based on Arbitrum Orbit and settling to base. So we're not like planning to really move, but at the same time, love the idea of like having games on, or experiences on other chains that can funnel new people to discover Aavegotchi on Geist. The game looks
Yeah,
great.
I'd love to address that, and that's a great question. So what we want to do is enhance your community beyond, amplify it as much as possible. And so if we create an ecosystem within Asvoria that your community can participate in, we are looking to be, first of all, we are integrating additional chains, including Ethereum and Base, and eventually, we should have any and every chain available. We want to be chain agnostic. And so really, this is just about building communities. And my feeling is eventually, just like when you go to a website, you don't care as a user whether it's built in HTML or CSS or PHP or anything else. It's just the browser resolves it and displays it correctly, and you just go ahead. And I think that in blockchain, we will eventually reach that as well, where every dApp, every wallet, every exchange, you won't need to know even what chain you're on. It'll just work. So we just love the Aavegotchi community. We love what you guys have done, and we feel that we could work together to create great new experiences for your community.
Yeah, exactly.
The video looks great. Are you guys using the SDK that we've been putting together?
Yes, so
Yes.
we used the assets from the website, but there it was not for Unreal, so we had to adjust everything to Unreal. The thing is, when we started talking with your team, they said it would be interested to also have Solana But again, this is months ago. This was in April. Um, for us, it doesn't have to be Solana. It can be Base. It can be other chains. It's just we believe in helping other communities to grow together. Instead of that everybody's doing their own thing, I think if we bring our community to you and your community come to us, it's better for everyone.
Yeah, and you know we have also in the roadmap like a social media platform, and we're gonna do this different than other platforms. It's also like a widget board where you can customize your yeah your feed, for example. So Aavegotchi can also be like a Tamagotchi where you interact with, and that other peoples also can visit, for example, and spend some time with your Aavegotchi. So there are lots of possibilities with also behind games and so on to communicate in the community with Aavegotchi.
Great. So, like,
Yeah, and
what's the
there's
next step here?
oh, sorry.
Where does this lead?
Yeah, so our platform is going live in November, where you
Okay.
already can launch tokens on Base, Ethereum, and Solana, but also create tokens from scratch. And then we also have the NFT Launchpad, where we want to bring NFTs with utility. So it is for the future for in games, for example, or to have it on your feed, for example, that it can be a Tamagotchi. But yeah, we believe in NFTs and tokens in this industry. So that's the start, and we are building games already for different partners. But yeah, you can imagine with a big platform that we are building now, that we are aping into a lot of communities that can bring together in this platform.
If you're already deploying on those 3 chains, would you be open to also doing a Geist deployment?
Yeah,
No, we
absolutely.
are
So
we
we
are
are
open.
launching with those three, but the plan is to continuously integrate more and more chains, and eventually, there's no
Yeah.
reason. Like we are looking at Wax, we are looking at ordinals on Bitcoin. So absolutely, especially if we are already working with you as partners, then your own custom chain would be at the top of the list for us to integrate.
Yeah, and then your team can talk with our team, for example, and then it's easier to implement in the platform, of course.
And we do also have we're going to be creating a creator platform. So for any content creators within your community, it'll give them an opportunity to create, make videos and content stuff about
Mhm.
Aavegotchi and be funneled through our platform as well.
Great. I don't know if you guys are following Geist at all. We are in the middle of getting ready to launch the chain and also doing a rewards program right now called Geist Encounters. So I'd recommend like anyone from your team, you're all welcome to take part in the. It's basically a kind of an onboarding campaign that we're doing over the next 8 weeks, and every day it's just very simple, or every week uh, comes out with like new different things that you can do on the chain that will eventually allow you to get a free Geist membership. So I see, got quite the crew here. Maybe a couple of your team can participate in the encounters. You'll also that'll get you the membership, and then we can also talk about getting some of your community members like invites to Geist as well through your referral. So I think that could be an interesting way we could work together.
Yeah, super.
But from the Pixelcraft side, are you guys you should be in contact with Lost Local already? He'd probably be the best
Yeah.
contact on Pixelcraft side.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've talked with him. I know he was been busy with events and stuff like that, but I talk to him every now and then. So I got a close contact with him for sure.
Great. Yeah, just be great to sync on that, and then anything DAO related, obviously, here's the place. But if it's like related to, we're kind of custodians of the chain at this point still, since it's very new. So yeah, anything chain related, feel free to reach out to Lost Local.
Okay. Yeah, that looks really great. I'm
Thank
reviewing
you.
it now. Nice.
Great. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on. If that's all, then we'll go to the next topic, I guess.
Yep, we
Yeah,
got.
thanks very much for having us. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll be back on
Paint
soon
team is
to
great.
give some updates.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. Next up, we have Fifu's segment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Welcome, Fifu.
Hi, welcome Roxano. GM everyone. Yeah, I just wanted to talk just a few minutes. So the proposal I posted, like I think it was on Monday, is doing okay, and there was some comments left and right that I just would like to talk about, just to see if there are some adjustment needed before going to a core prop, or just for any other reasons. So first, there was a lot of people, some people stating that on-chain storage was not really a requirement to store the Gotchi configurations, as I call them. And just so people are aware, at first I wanted it to be off-chain because I was not sure how to do it on chain, and I was not sure it would be possible to work on the contract with Pixelcraft. But once it became possible, this plus the fact that we are going to build this thing on Geist, where gas is going to be extremely cheap, or maybe some of the things will be gasless. To me, it became obvious that it was not a problem to put that data on chain. For some people, you put the data you put on chain is valuable data, meaning your balance on a token, the fact that you own an NFT, and so on. And data that is not valuable, that is purely quality of life, that is this kind of configuration should not go on chain. And I think the paradigm is changing with L3 like Guest, where the gas is going to be extremely cheap, because we can now afford to put those kind of things on chain. So I hope I would like to stick to the original decision and stay on chain for this one. If there is no other arguments, if the two arguments against it are just that it's going to cost gas and it's going to take some room on the blockchain from nothing, I don't think those arguments apply on gas, basically. And the second thing I wanted to talk about very quickly, it was about the fitting room that is going to be released by, that has been announced, and there is a private demo, I don't know if it's public yet, by the Forge team and by Didlipu. And basically, I tested it, and I talked with him on the DAO discussion thread, because basically at first there was some talks that my proposal was unnecessary because overlapping with what they were building. And I think after a second check, they realized that it was not the case. We are not aiming for the same. The features are close, but they are not the same. To me, Fitting Room is like Gotchi Dex, but on the official DApp with a few additions. And it's like, yeah, I want to see how my Gotchi would look like if I use this wearable that I don't own. Basically, I go to the fitting room. Dressing room addresses other purpose. It just really that you want to have multiple configuration available for your main Gotchi, the one that you are used to play with. In that case, you will use the feature I wish to build, because it will allow you to make the switches very quickly, and it's really a quality of life features for the everyday gamers in the community and people that really wants to play games on Geist. So I think it's two different things, and I think there is room for everyone. And yeah, basically that's it. Yeah, on-chain fucks the way, yeah. Agree with you, Coder Dan. So if anyone has question or feedbacks regarding the proposal itself, and if not, I think that's it for me.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
And yeah. Awesome stuff. If there's nothing else and no one has any questions, we can move on to the next. I believe in the agenda there was also, we have DAO sponsorship for arcade events at Art Basel Miami with White Ranger. I don't know if White Ranger's around. But then there's also Gotchi collateral discussion with Coder Dana and Ace. DAO director's term length with Lagan and Phase. Kinship expansion by Thrax. So we can go in whatever order if there's if one of you guys want to come up. And then
I actually
yeah.
reached out to them. I don't think anyone else is coming to speak today. I think most of it, unless there's questions, I don't think Light Piglet is coming up about the greeters. He addressed. He said he addressed most of the stuff already, and there's an active thread. And the other people are not speaking today, so maybe some of those are going to be postponed to next week.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I suppose we can wrap up the call.
Yep. Just check the chat, see if there's anything else that we missed. Yeah, I think, I mean, from my end, I think we're good. Anybody else got anything? Now's your chance.
Yeah, I just real quick, I responded, just want to make sure people see there were some questions about the kind of the ghost allocated towards the Gotchi verse. And I just responded to that. I'll just drop that here in case people haven't seen it. Just what we're thinking about how to handle those funds. So just wanted to raise attention to that.
All right, perfect.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all I got on my side.
Can we talk a bit about the collaterals, like just for a few minutes? Because my feeling is like with gas coming very fast, it's becoming sensitive matter in terms of timings. So I've read the thread very carefully with everything that's been said. So it's too bad that Ace is not here too big because he launched the discussion, and I think it's a much needed one. Phantasma made also some very nice comment on it. And I think the DAO, there should be initiative led by the DAO. There should be a prop to take care of the situation. Coderdan is totally right when he say we cannot let people go by themselves to redeem AAV1 token to the mainnet because there's not even a UI still available for that. So I think it's a complex process, but I will try to be active on the thread this week because I really feel like we need to move fast on that. Otherwise, basically, I don't know. Basically, Coderdan, what is going to happen to those collaterals if by the time we want to move the Gotchis to Geist, nothing is done for the collaterals? I mean, they are still inside the Gotchis and there is no plan.
They would basically just be locked in the Gotchi on Polygon. You would be able to bridge your Gotchi back to Polygon, and then if we didn't have any prop passed and code pushed by the time we started migrating the Gotchis, which at this point we're probably around. We've just finished up all the migration code, and now we're getting final reviews and testing from Socket. So that'll probably take a little bit. So I would say we're probably around 3 to 4 weeks away from the actual migration of the gotchis, which gives us some time. So we need to get this prop out and decide on a direction basically next week in time to be in time for the actual migration going live. And then if we didn't have it done in time, people could still bring their gotchis back to Polygon and unlock them, but that wouldn't obviously be very ideal.
Yeah, 3 to 4 weeks is short because even if you say 10-day SIG prop, 10-day core prop, plus the time to prepare it, it's already 3 weeks. If you do 2 weeks prop, it's already 4 weeks. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But it's good that the discussion has been launched, and I think we should keep talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, my feeling on that is that yeah, we believe it's we're not bridging all the tokens over, so we do believe that it's the best decision for the ecosystem going forward to just release the collaterals. And exactly what we do with them is the main question at this point, whether it's just letting everyone pull them together, or having the DAO do it, or having Pixelcraft do it. If Pixelcraft does it, we're basically we would need to have like a conversion process essentially, which
takes time.
It's a little bit tricky to do that because of each token like having its different conversion rates back to USD and things like that. So yeah, it's a bit of a situation.
And what would you do if a token has, like, as we say for your wife, if I get it correctly, as alpha BTC in AW or MAW BTC locked in it? You will swap everything for GHST and put back the same amount, or you will just like put the minimum needed GHST in it and send back BTC to the owner, or I don't know what we could do, or we will swap everything? Because for the people like me that put the minimal amount in their Gotchi, it's okay. But if we have some whales that did those kind of stuff, it's a bit different. I don't know.
We can't do like a one-to-one swap because there are people that put more than just the minimum for that gotchi into the gotchi. So whoever backs this financially, if it were a third party, basically either Pixelcraft or the DAO, would we'd have to prepare a certain amount of money to do that. Anything above the minimum would like balloon that expense. So that's why we're also hesitant. Like, I understand that it is kind of a UX issue, but I think what you could also see is that people could kind of arrange OTCs with individuals, or we could help facilitate that. But it doesn't necessarily need to be a Pixelcraft or the DAO endeavor. You could also just, people could exchange Ghost for various tokens on Polygon for a small discount or something, and then one person could basically bridge them back to Ethereum in batches, right? I don't know if it necessarily needs to be something that either party does. Could also be an opportunity for someone to do, someone who's trusted in the community that wants to do that could also do that. For anyone who's got like 25 USD worth of a link or something on Ethereum.
Yeah, I will check later this weekend or start of the week if there are really that many gotchis that have like extremely large amount of collaterals way way bigger than the requirement. And so to know if it's like 5 or 50 or 200 gotchis that are in that case, or 2000, I don't know. I have no idea. See how we can adjust.
Yeah. I mean, personally, like I think we could probably just doesn't have to be something that we automate. Like Pixelcraft could process it in batches, basically, of like 10,000 at a time. It would be a bit of an organizational thing, but it's very doable. It's not that much like complexity in this. It's mainly about it's one of those things that would take probably longer and require more testing to set up like automation for it than rather just doing it in
Yeah,
batches
right.
over a period of a week or two.
Yeah, plus you can you can't really automate everything, and it's if it's 5 batches, you don't want to automate for 5 batches. Prefer to do it that way.
Oh.
Well, that's it for me. I just wanted to talk about it because it's time sensitive, so I think it's better than wait another week.
Okay. I mean, if the DAO wants to, like people are saying, to diversify, yeah, maybe it could also be a way to diversify. If we facilitated it, we probably would just take the collateral, give Ghost, and then we would probably just go back to Ethereum, convert it, and then probably just buy Ghost with that collateral. That's probably what we would do. We wouldn't want to. We're not trying to diversify out of Ghost, so that's probably what we would do. But yeah, let's. I'm gonna try to get a prop, or at least some sort of prop out there by next week, with what we think is the best solution going forward. Try to think out all the edge cases. But yeah, we don't want to wait very long on this, and it needs to happen in November. Great.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, friends. Well, if that's all we got, shall we wrap it up?
Yep, sounds good.
Excellent. See you guys next week.
Great. Thanks. Have a great weekend, everyone.
See you next week.
Peace, everybody.
Have a good weekend. Thanks for the awesome discussion, everybody. That was great.
Yeah, thank you guys for hosting.
Of course.
Peace.
Have a good weekend. Also, friends, remember
Cheers.
Wednesdays at noon Eastern, we do the Alpha Hour, me and Jesse. So if you're around, or even if you miss it, it's recorded, it's on YouTube, and you can catch all of the alpha that I pry out of Jesse every week.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Gotchiverse this week. We should have some very fresh alpha next week.
Looking forward to it.
See you, friends.